From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, son.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
Well, good morning, everyone. You know, it seems as though as the storm gets closer, we're seeing new developments because there's more and more confidence in what we're expecting to see what's happening. So there's a lot to talk about, and you know, it's going to be impacting us in any shape, in several different ways, whether it's flooding potential, gusty winds could lead to power outages, and not to mention snow. Snow levels are starting to drop, so that is going to lead to more chain requirements and issues as we go on some of those mountain highways. So here are the headlines. The main storm arrives tonight. Now there may be some showers this morning, especially for the coast, northern mountains, and even possibly this afternoon, although we're going to kind of be in between these little systems. But we do have those snow levels dropping, as I mentioned. Gusty south winds developing as early as this evening and tonight, but mainly Wednesday. That's the main event. And then, of course, there are going to be those flooding concerns. So we're going to get into all of that and spell it out for you here as we take you through this weathercast. But there you can see here, there could actually be some good breaks in the clouds here for the valley. But for Siskiyou, Modoc County, looking at partly cloudy skies, mainly dry conditions, and dry conditions here for the eastern mountains as well. Where I do anticipate the potential for showers this morning will be the coast, inland, and even in Trinity County, but then those chances will diminish as we go through the second half of the day today before the next round and big round of rain comes in as we go into tonight. So here's what I'm watching starting Wednesday, and really starting as early as tonight, is the flood potential along with mudslides and debris flows. Now, when I say mudslides, debris flows, mainly for the mountain highways, right? For the valley, though, there could be the potential for some excessive runoff, leading to the potential for some, low-lying areas, creeks, streams, and rivers, seeing some flooding potential out there as well. And then, of course, we've got the gusty winds I was talking about. That could lead to some power outages. And everyone, valley, foothills, mountains, coast, all seeing the potential for some very strong winds. And those snow levels will be dropping, leading to chain requirements here later on this week as well. So this is what's moving through this morning. It's giving us the cloud cover and a little bit of shower activity trying to develop as well. But you see this little break right here? That's what it's in store for us this afternoon and even in parts of the evening hours. But this right here, this is the main storm system. Swirling area of low pressure. It is tapping into some subtropical moisture, so it is an atmospheric river if you want to get technical here. And that's what we'll be dealing with here. All right, so here's today at 6 p.m. So you'll notice, again, we're seeing the breaks. They're mainly dry for the afternoon. But there's the leading edge of that next storm system. And this is going to be a slow-moving storm. So it's progressing and moving eastward, but it's tapping into all of this moisture. So it's like taking a garden hose and just aiming it right at Northern California, and you're just slowly moving that hose. And that's essentially what we're looking at here. So 6 a.m. Wednesday, rain picking up, not to mention the winds. Now, in all of this is gusty winds, so keep that in mind, but we'll talk about that here a little bit later. So by Wednesday morning, we're beginning to see some light showers for everyone, but heavier rainfall for the coast. You see how as we go through the morning hours into noon on Wednesday, rain picks up in intensity, gets heavier. Snow levels still fairly high to start off on Wednesday, probably above 6,000 feet. So I think for the ski park, it will start off as rain, but then eventually as we go into the evening hours, the snow levels start to drop. So there you can see Wednesday, 6 p.m. We're on the back edge of that rain here for the coast, but still heavy for the valley, still heavy snow at, say, above, 4,500, 5,000 feet off in the eastern mountains, maybe down to about 4,000 feet in Siskiyou County. But there is that heavier rainfall, right? And then we go into your Thursday. Now, Thursday, the main storm system will have passed, but we've got cool and unsettled weather in place. So as we go through the day on Thursday, we're going to be looking at the potential for showers and thunderstorms. Now, with these thunderstorms, you're talking about the potential for heavy rainfall, gusty winds, and not to mention even some hail associated with these thunderstorms, and of course, lightning. And snow levels are beginning to drop at this point as well as we go into Thursday. So chain requirements are going to be a bit of a concern here. Now, looking at the long range, we go into Friday. Thursday and Friday, we still got that chance for showers, maybe thunderstorms here as well. For both Thursday and Friday. Snow, again, around 3,000 feet, give or take here. And then as we go into Saturday, a bit of a break. But then there you can see Sunday, even lower snow levels. I think even in some areas on Sunday, it could drop down to about 2,500 feet. And then we go into Monday, Tuesday of next week, a chance for showers. So we're going to continue with this wet weather pattern. You can see an area of low pressure here, tapping into some moisture, giving us a chance for showers. But maybe a bit of a break here by next Wednesday. But you get the idea. This wet weather pattern I've been talking about, it's really going to take hold here as we go into, especially tonight and into tomorrow. Here's the flash flood risk. The areas in yellow is where we do have the best potential for the flooding here. And then the areas in green is where you have a slimmer chance. But what this is essentially showing here is that we got a flood watch for all of the areas in green right here. Now the timing of it all is just, it's basically Wednesday, okay? Starting as early as tonight and then even into Thursday morning. But I'm mainly concerned about mudslides, debris flows for the mountain highways. But of course, for the valley, it's mainly going to be the low-lying areas, the creeks, streams, and not to mention those rivers as well. Here's the forecast rainfall totals through Thursday evening. There you can see about 1.5 to over 2 inches of rain, a possibility for the valley. But again, keep in mind, even though we may not see a ton of rainfall in the valley, it's the runoff coming off of the mountains and the foothills that can lead to some of that flooding potential for the valley. Now, of course, we go into the coast here, and I do expect to see even more rainfall there. Long range, probably not a whole lot on top, because Wednesday is when I think we're going to really see most of that accumulating rain. As we go into Thursday, Friday, we are going to be looking at the potential for thunderstorms, and that could lead to some heavy rainfall at times. But again, it's mainly Wednesday that we'll see most of that rain. Winter alerts. We have a winter storm watch for all of the areas in blue right here. And again, the timing isn't really all that's what's important, because it's mainly going to be during the storm on Wednesday and then going into your Thursday and even into Friday morning. But there you can see for western portions of Siskiyou County, Trinity County until Thursday. I think the biggest threat will be above 4,000 feet, but I do expect to see some locally lower snow levels on top of that. Now, looking at forecast snow totals, we're going to take you all the way through Thursday evening. I mean, we're going to be looking at the potential for some decent snow. I mean, could we see a foot of snow in Chester? I'd say at this point, maybe not out of the question, but we're probably going to be on the lower end of that with that snow in Chester. But it's still not showing anything here for Mount Shasta City at 3,500 feet or Boerne. And of course, we're just not expecting much precipitation in general off to the north and to the east. Now, this I think might be overdoing it, but just to kind of give you an idea and some hope that the kind of the rainy and slushy conditions we've been dealing with at the ski park, it's going to turn over more to snow, especially as we do go into tomorrow afternoon, and that is going to mean better potential for that snow. Now let's talk about the wind. So we've been talking about the rain, the flooding potential, talking about the snow and how this is going to impact your mountain travel, especially above 4,000 feet. But look at the winds too. A lot of colors in here. High wind warning for the light blue. Of course, the darker shades of blue here is where we have a wind advisory. Once again, very strong winds. Power outages are a concern. Let's walk you through the timing of those winds here. 5 p.m. for today. The winds beginning to pick up, especially for Shasta Valley, but even the coast seeing some gusty winds at this point. Look at this as we go into your tonight and early tomorrow morning, those winds really picking up off to the north and west. We're seeing gusts easily over 40 miles per hour, maybe even over 50 miles per hour. So that's tonight into tomorrow morning. Winds are beginning to pick up off in the eastern mountains, not so bad, but picking up a little bit here tomorrow morning for the valley. Now, as that storm system pushes eastward, now the valley is seeing gusts possibly 30, 40 miles per hour. Power outages are a possibility. But as we get in the back edge of that storm Wednesday, you see how the winds are starting to die down off to the west. And then as we go into your Thursday morning, the winds will begin to relax a bit, but still breezy even as we go into your Thursday as well. Here is that moisture source. See, it's coming in from Hawaii, otherwise known as the Pineapple Express. So there it is. As we go into Wednesday, it's just aimed right at Northern California, but that will continue to shift southward as we go into Wednesday night and Thursday. So we're losing that tap of moisture, and that's why we're not expecting to see that widespread heavy rainfall after Wednesday night. But Thursday, still some moisture in place, showers and thunderstorms, and not to mention going into your Friday as well. There's a potential for precipitation here in the long range, so it's looking promising for more rain long range. And with those cooler temperatures expected to be in place, That's going to keep those snow levels fairly low, continuing to give us that healthy snowpack, or at least getting us better and a healthier snowpack. Let's put it that way. There's a look at your wave heights as we go into tonight. There, those wave heights really increasing as the storm system approaches, but behind that storm system, the wave heights should begin to drop. Here's a marine forecast for your Tuesday. South winds at 15 to 25 knots. There is a small correct advisory here for today. All right, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. I mean, you've got off and on chances for rain, snow. So here we go. Snow levels 4,000 feet Wednesday, 3,500 feet by Thursday, 3,000 feet Friday, and then around 3,000 to 3,500 feet Sunday, Monday. So again, lower snow levels is going to lead to a better chance of seeing that snow in the higher elevations, leading to better snowpack. Your North Coast forecast, neighborhood forecast, temperatures are starting to drop as well, off and on rain. Winds are going to be a factor here tonight and into tomorrow. There you can see Smith River for today, 68 degrees. So again, I think we're going to see some showers this morning, and then by the afternoon, a lot of that starts to kind of move out. So that chance this morning, even for Siskiyou County, but otherwise, I don't anticipate to see much in the way of rain today. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big event. But see, snow levels are dropping down about 3,000 feet by Friday and 3,500 feet by Sunday and Monday. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast can be about 58, as well as Calpines, 57 degrees for Aden, and there's 58 degrees for a high in Tule Lake. And for the eastern mountains, there you can see out towards Chester, 58 degrees, 57 out in Susanville, and Shingletown, a high of about 60 degrees. And taking into your valley neighborhood forecast, brought to you by Haas Farms. I mean, it's still going to be pretty mild out there today. I mean, temperatures in the mid to even some upper 60s. There's that chance for thunderstorms here as we go into Thursday and Friday. Let's take you up to the north with a high of 61 for Whiskeytown, 65 for the city of Shasta Lake, Anderson about 67, and looks like Lakehead, a high of about 63 degrees. All right, here's your 7-day outlook for Redding. And there you can see those rainy and windy conditions for your Wednesday. I put a chance in there this morning, but mainly dry today. Thunderstorms are a possibility both Thursday and Friday. Scattered showers, scattered thunderstorms, and not to mention heavy rainfall at times during those thunderstorms, maybe small hail, not to mention lightning. Then on Saturday, expect for the most part a break, but more showers returning by the second half of the weekend and early next week.